Welcome to the Tired Couch Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch. And as always, we got Mike. And today we're doing his game pick, which is Fire Emblem Awakening. How excited are you to talk about this one?
I'm very, very excited.
Good, because I had a lot of fun playing the game. But first, everybody, if you want to come hang out with us and play along with us on our games and watch movies with us and shit, the Discord link will be below in the description on Spotify and iTunes and wherever the fuck else that Libsyn sends us to. 5-star us, give us some reviews, just written reviews. It just helps us get up there. We don't do anything making money. We're just doing this for fun. So come hang out with us because that'd be a lot of fun. So what have you been doing, Mike?
I played Kenshi, but you guys don't want to hear about that.
Well, you always talk about
I went
Kenshi.
back into my addiction.
Oh, no.
I relapsed.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were fucking relapsed, bro.
Yeah, I thought I was going to do a challenge run on this game, but it didn't turn out to be very challenging. So.
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I thought you were talking about Kenshi still.
Oh, no. Kenshi, you, can't finish. Unless you kill, everything in the world.
Well, yeah, I figured you would have done that by now.
Not really. No, there's, the shack, the fucking warrior people. They're, super hard.
Well, I mean, how many hours do you have in it?
1,000, something.
Nuh-uh, your thing says, your Steam thing says 400.
It says 800. It keeps resetting to 800 before it makes it 2,000. I don't know why. Pisses me off. It's the only game I care about seeing how long I've played. Oh shit. It says 1,032.5. Yeah.
I just want to know how many hours I have in Halo Reach and well, I know how many I have in Destiny. It's 3,200. But I want to know how many I have in Halo Reach multiplayer, back in the day.
Yeah.
Because all I did was skate, play that game, skate, play that game, and that's all I fucking did. I don't know why. I just hung out with random people I met from Texas, and that dude that I hung out with, his whole family played too. So we just always were in a group of 4, just running, and their friends on.
I have a bunch of hours in The Sims, but I would leave it on all night.
Yeah, I wonder about that too with my Halo Reach thing as well, because that has happened many a times where I would just leave it on the screen after I passed out or some shit. Dude, I was playing one time and that's when I drank ashes from cigarettes for the first time. I'll never forget that. Nah, it's fucking terrible. I was just ashing in this can and I wasn't thinking about it, and I picked up the first can I saw because I was like, alright, I'm just gonna drink this beer. I love that.
Did you put the bud in it?
Probably. I just remember tasting ashes.
That's the bad part.
I still do the same thing if I'm drinking now. Every once in a while, because I don't smoke anymore, but I use Zyn pouches, I'll put the Zyn in the fucking can. It just happened to me 2 weeks ago, I think. And I went to fucking drink, and I was like, oh, why does this taste like spearmint drink? Wait, spearmint's not a drink. You and Sean were playing 40K the other day. Oh, no. Well, it wasn't terrible. It's just the fact that I know it's just soaked in spit. I don't care if it's my spit. It's just like, it's there. So it's like, ugh. But yeah, I saw you and Sean playing 40K the other day. I was in there for a little bit too while you were doing it.
You intruded. You didn't even ask.
I don't need to ask.
You just invaded our lawn. What's wrong with you?
My mic knows no consent. Which, speaking of mics, if everybody who is a regular listener to the show, we noticed our numbers going up lately since we switched to weekly shows. Our audio is fucking way better now because I bought a new mic. That's why I'm better. And it took 4 hours total to fucking configure OBS, this new program that I'm using because Skype's shutting down. We used to use Skype. Yeah, it took us 4 hours of testing this shit. And ironically, as Brandon does the test, it goes, this is the final test. He goes, bro, this is getting fucking annoying. Fucking finally fixed it through trial and error. So now we got good audio. We don't got to worry about our shit shutting down and doing this way later on. I'm fucking pumped, dude. Probably be my greatest achievement of 2025. Dude, it was so annoying. Like, how long... Like, I came home yesterday, and I had to go to sleep to go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I'll just test out my new mic. And I get on here with you guys, and we fucking stayed here for 2 hours fucking with it. And then 2 more hours today, and we finally got it. Audio engineering is not... And audio engineering is not for the weak, bro.
Well, people go to school for that, so it's probably pretty hard.
It must be, dude, because getting one thing to work... All I did was open up a second thing for desktop audio, and it just magically works for some reason. I don't know. Like, nobody, nothing I read, nobody I saw on YouTube said to do that. I just turned it on just for funsies. It was just trying everything in the book, and it fucking worked.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it works. It doesn't make sense why it works. But, well, at least to me, maybe to an audio engineer. But anyway, how'd the 40K games go? Who was who, and what happened? Who won? Who lost?
Well, I had Death Guard. Sean had Astra Militarum. I wanted to see how much certain units did, so there are a bunch of units I don't usually use with some that I kind of auto-include into my army. Not as versed in Astra Militarum, so I can't quite say what Sean had. He had some Chimeras, a Hellhound, Rogue Dorn Battle Tank, or some shit. I forget what it's called. But I ended up killing that. That was my victory.
How long was your guys' game? Like, I got on, and you guys were already on for hours. 3 hours?
Maybe.
I don't remember your guys' first games being that long, because didn't you guys play like 3 or 4 times?
Well, I didn't get to study my army as much, so I probably dragged a little. And I had a bunch more units than I normally have.
So you guys got it all figured out to where I can join now and do this shit?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
I'll play Combat Patrol with you first to get you used to how everything works, and then we'll switch to the 1,000-point game if you want.
Yeah, I'm down. Actually, Spring Sale on right now on Steam has a Tabletop Simulator for $10, I think. 10 or $15. I think it's 10 instead of 20. So I'm gonna re-buy that because
whenever I bought it, it was on sale.
Yeah, I mean, I quote unquote returned it whenever I realized all you guys did not know how everything worked, and I was like, I'll just let these guys figure it out, and then I'll get it. So,
well, it's always going to be buggy, though.
Well, like, nobody knew how it worked. It was like, we were trying to figure out, just in general, the controls on how to make our characters stand up and shit.
Oh yeah, yours did like wonky shit that I didn't run into that problem. Where yours flipped upside down.
Oh yeah. Do that. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, it'll be a fun time. In the next anime is going to be solo leveling for the show, first season, and possibly the second season at the same time if Mike likes it enough, because I feel like he will. So, we'll see how that goes. And the next game will be Dragon Quest VIII. But today, we are here to talk about Fire Emblem Awakening for the 3DS. Which, very enjoyable game. And everything, much like a Souls game, if you fuck up, it's your fault. And I love it. I just get mad because of the bow dudes. Like, the bow dudes render my what are they called? Pegasus Knights completely useless. So I just pair them with people that aren't winged aerial people.
Huh.
So that just saved their life.
So, yeah, so you can switch them.
Right. So
use their movement and then switch.
Yeah, you switch them whenever you need to. But I never found a thing where they had some kind of advantage, so I just never used them. They just
have really good movement.
Yeah, that's what I basically did. Make the strong character they were with fast, with movement, and just tear him up with the stronger dude. And the Pegasus Knight would just level up because they were paired with that dude.
Yeah.
So, I like that strat. I love doing strategies like that. Like I was talking to you, we were talking about classes and vocational systems in games and shit. I love being able to manipulate systems like that. It's just fun. It's fun to just fuck with them.
I don't know if it was just the difficulty that I played it on, but you can beat the game with just Chrome and Robin.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
You did it last night?
Yeah. Oh, I did it the night before.
Fuck up out of here, man. How did you...
5 hours and 12 minutes to beat it.
Fuck you, dude. I have 29 hours in this damn game. Damn. Alright, let's...
You just get the steals, and for the latter levels, you can't be at your lower classes. You have to be at the top of the master classes.
Yeah,
so there's a limitation on your stat levels for for all classes.
Well, I realized that with some characters where I was like, this character's won't be... It doesn't matter how much HP or strength it has, because all the other shit fucking sucks, so I have to change the class and level that up. Just to make it work right. Because they couldn't take a hit. Nobody could take a hit. They could be strong. They could be just as strong as my normal dudes, but they couldn't take a hit. And that was the problem.
My strategy for that most of the time was the Myrmidons or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
Where they got a high evasion.
Hell yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the game before we actually talk about the gameplay, though. Let's talk about development and everything. Alright. Fire Emblem Awakening is a Japanese tactical role-playing game for the Nintendo 3DS, developed by Intelligent Systems, which, mind you, are the people that make Paper Mario, which is why this fucking game is so damn good. A flawless system. Perfect. I love Intelligent Systems, and every time I play a game where they're involved, it's always great. I love it. And it was published by Nintendo. The game was released in Japan on April 19th, 2012, in North America on February 4th, 2013, and in Europe on April 19th, 2013. It's the 13th game in the Fire Emblem series. I also did not know that's how many games they had. It is also the first to take place on 2 continents. Ylisse, Ylisse, I don't know how to say it, and Valm. The future forms of Arcanea and Valentina, respectively. The game requires... none of that shit matters. It's how many blocks of download space? 8,579. I don't know why they added that in this whole entire thing. The story follows Prince Crom of the Halidom of Ylisse and his companions. Right? I don't. How do you say it? Do you know how to
I don't know. I say that Y word.
Yeah, that Y word. As they struggle during a turbulent era, players are able to combine the might of nearby allies using pair-up and enter duel battles using the duel system to defeat enemies. Also, you don't even have to pair them up sometimes. You can just put them adjacent to each other, and they will assist in some way, shape, or form. Which is pretty cool.
You have a bunch of people next to each other. I forget how it selects it. I forget if it's the highest relationship or what.
I have no idea. The traversal world map last seen in Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones and special skills like Astra from Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn return also. This game also features a playable character that can be customized, a feature previously seen in Fire Emblem New Mystery of the Emblem, just like the previous game. The player can choose between Classic Mode and Casual Mode. Classic Mode has permadeath, and Casual Mode, there's no permadeath, correct? That's a question for you. Alright, cool.
They're just like, oh no, I'm badly hurt. I must retreat.
Right.
And they run away.
This is the thing that I didn't want to tell you about earlier until we got on the show because I wanted to hear your reaction. Intelligent Systems was greenlit to create the 13th title of the Fire Emblem series in 2010. However, the Fire Emblem franchise had somewhat low sales, and the development team was told that if the 13th title did not sell at least 250,000 units, the franchise would come to an end. So, yeah, they were about to fucking drop Fire Emblem. That's like the same thing that's going on right now that I heard about Halo. If this new Halo... Okay, so they cut the budget for the next Halo. It has to be half the size of Infinite, and if it fails, there will be no more Halo. That's just what I heard about it. I don't know if it's true. Go fuck yourself. I want to play the games, damn it.
Die.
The development team designed Awakening. What do you... Hold on. Hold on. What do you want it to take?
Like a Ninja Gaiden style reboot in like 10 years.
No! No. I mean, it already took us fucking how long to get a new Halo to begin with? Like, what do you want to replace it? Fucking Call of Duty? Fucking Battlefield? PUBG? Fortnite? Fortnite already overtakes everything just because kids.
I think Halo's more goofy than Borderlands now. In its current version.
Nah.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Like sliding and shit all around and doing all this weird shit. You might as well be Call of Duty with a higher jump.
How fucking dare you? No. We break shields and piece people in the head, damn it. There's tactical reasoning in this game.
Yeah, just go out and do a jig while you're shooting people.
That's Fortnite, sir. Don't be fucking around.
That's Halo too.
Nah.
Right. Spastic as shit in Halo.
Well, you can be, but like most people aren't. A lot of people, like the pro way to play Halo, the new Halo, is to just kick back, like in the back ends, and piece people up while other people piece them up at the same time. And then whenever you see a shield crack, you just pop them in the head. It's kind of lame. That's why, like the people I play with, they always hang back and pop shots for me as I run in and find a way around the level to come up like right next to them without them knowing I'm there. And then I'll just melee them or just assault rifle them down. It's extreme tactician work there on the fly. It's fun. It's not just. It's just not come around the corner, slide spray like Call of Duty. I just have the worst hate for Call of Duty. It started back in the day. Whenever like people talk about the console wars, but they don't talk about the Call of Duty versus Halo wars. You know.
I just like the original 3 Halos and Reach. Well, I guess I like Reach and never played ODST. What's the other one?
ODST. Well, that fucking sucks. We had a power outage, so that was on my end. But anyway, back to the game. The development team designed Awakening with the intention of giving the franchise a proper farewell if they were ultimately unsuccessful in selling enough units. They explored many different concepts, including placing the story in a modern-day setting, and even playing the story on Mars. Okay? Ultimately, the team decided that keeping the story in its medieval roots would be the best route to take. To further celebrate the series, the team pulled various tactics and features from numerous previous titles, such as skills, promoting, branching, and supports. Along with the story, the team decided to focus on the individual units themselves, fleshing out their characters with quirkier personalities and emphasize the formation of bonds between units, ultimately factoring in the feature of having children characters. That is my favorite part of this game, just because I think it's a cool little thing that they do.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Though the previous title was a Japan-exclusive release title, the first and only since the first internationally released game of the Fire Emblem series, Awakening was developed with an intentional release in mind. Well, there you go.
Or an international release.
Yeah, I guess.
You said intentional. I was like, what?
No. Oh, international. Fuck, my bad. Yep, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. So, the game kicks off with your main character, which is Robin, and you can choose whether it's a male or a female. Mike, tell him why that matters.
Because, you can't have a kid with Chrome if you're a male.
With Robin, that is.
Yeah. You can, yeah, it just mostly depends on who you can have a kid with.
Yeah, basically this entire story revolves around getting the Fire Emblem, which your sister has. Do you remember her name? Or what her position was exactly?
Exalt.
Yeah, it seems like that position is more like the Pope, essentially.
Maybe.
Seems like the Pope. But essentially...
When did they say that Chrome becomes the new Exalt at the end or whatever?
Oh yeah, I forgot to watch those videos. Like, for all the different endings and such. There's 3 different endings, I guess. There's one where... Well, we'll get into that. But anyway, the Exalt is Chrome's sister. And she basically gives the people hope and stands as like a... would you say a monarch? Not a monarch, but like...
Very sure.
Yeah, it's weird. Politics and such. There's a lot of war politics in the game. Essentially, it gets to a point where, because there's multiple evil people, there is there's this evil continent with people. If it's even a continent, I think they share the same continent as you. But Pelagia, right?
Is that the Conqueror or whatever?
He's
the other.
He's the dude with the crazy hair that's just totally evil and like puts the Exalt to death.
The king dude or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all pissed off about what you guys did to...
You're on the northern part of the continent.
I'm talking about the first people that you fight. That you're fighting against.
Yeah, you fight them in the desert. That's what it is.
Yeah. And essentially, you get into a fight with him because he's all pissed off about what your people did to his people a long time ago, or some shit, and he's coming to try and declare war, and you're trying to stop it, and you gotta fight him. They don't really kidnap the Exalt. She goes freely, is kind of how that goes, because it's more of like if you don't do this, your people will die, kind of deal. And then she falls off this giant rock to her death, and he laughs maniacally. Classic evil enemy kind of deal. And then you go after him, because what's stopping you from doing that? That's where, like, the plot in the story is, like, weak to me, is, like, this specific part. It was awesome, but, like, and very well done. But, like, all you do by killing somebody like that is... Well, now you're just not stopping the rest of them from fucking going after you. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of like, I thought of it as a Civil War, like, kind of thing.
Yeah, but they're not, like, civil or allies in any kind of way.
They're like different regions of a continent. And, like, you fight that other continent, it's kind of, like, united.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't even realize, like, I didn't know if they were really on the same continent or not. Because of all the other shit that happens in the game kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah, second continent's where you see Tika and, the Conqueror, dude.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, so, like, there's an overworld map where you go through to each battle, and then you have other battles, which is when your characters form relationships with each other, like if they have a kid. And they're called, paralogs. There's like technically 26 missions in this game. That the internet lied when I looked it up whenever we were talking before when we were playing. There's not 25 main line. There's 25 main, and then you have the big boss dude. So that's technically 26. But then you have however fucking many else missions for the kids that you have. Because every time your characters have a relationship to S rank, and it's a boy and a girl, they have a kid, and then that kid becomes a mission to get that kid. It's very strange.
Yeah, they get like randomly teleported into the world, and they've been like doing jobs or something essentially, I think.
Right. But I don't know, like I don't know how many kids are there? Like, how many different combinations can you possibly make? And on top of it, depending on who the father is, their characteristics change, like their hair color and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
there's every chick except for Anna, I think, has a kid.
Anna does have a kid. Remember?
Who?
Morgan. I had a kid with Anna with Robin.
Yeah, she doesn't have a kid, though. Like, you have a kid tied to you. Like, no matter what, you have Morgan if you get married.
Oh, okay. Well, Anna's like my favorite chick character, next to like Cher Shay. So I thought that was her kid.
Nah. She's, I don't know, more like a secret character, I guess, or a fan character. I think that's what the merchants always look like. I'm not sure. Could be misremembering.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because she's definitely not a secret character because she just kind of pops up on the story. I'm pretty sure.
Well, lack of a better word.
Yeah, all the merchants are her what? Like
Sisters.
Cousins? Oh, sisters. Okay.
Cousins? I thought they were sisters.
Yeah. I gotta
They might be cousins, though.
I gotta go let my dog in. I gotta go let my dog in. Just tell the people more about the relationship shit. I'll be right back.
Okay. So whenever you fight, you can gain relationship. There's like a meter. There's also there'll be little sparkling things. And if you enter them with your partner, or if you're paired up, you have a chance to get relationship. Most of the time you just get weapon, or weapon proficiency, or what else? Experience. And, but you go to the barracks, also has random interactions that happen daily. You can, they'll either be relationship building ones, or they'll be like, oh, I found an item, or, oh, I was reading in the library, or some random stuff.
Did you tell them about the support? I just got back, sorry. After the power went out, I let the dogs out and closed the door. And I forgot to keep it open, so they wouldn't do that shit.
I was just going through the basics part of it. Was that you have ABC with everybody. Well, with not everybody, but most characters can have relationships with each other. And the first 3 levels, A to C, are like friendships, and then the last rank is S, and that's only available to characters of the opposite gender, and I think it also is a little more specific, but I'm not too sure. But then you get married, and after a certain point in the game, it'll start spawning your children from the future in.
I think it's after Lucina's part, right?
Yeah, after the twist is revealed.
Oh, okay. Fucking... Yeah, the support part, there's like a support part in the menu in the overworld where you can hit, and as you battle alongside each other or pair up, every time you attack somebody, you always get a heart over their heads, and you'll see where that relationship goes up. And then eventually, every time you go to the barracks, or not the barracks, the support part, there are certain people that want to talk to other people, and you'll get unique dialogue between each and every person with that other person. There's just a shit ton of dialogue, and it's really good. Like, for instance, I like Lon Q and Cherche. Those two, the way they stand in their portraits towards each other when they talk, just kind of like, it seems like those two are supposed to be together, and the way they talk proper to each other, it's kind of like a movie. It's kind of weird, actually. Like, even just reading, like, well, you hear their voices, so you immediately use that voice in your head when reading the dialogue. Yeah. So it seems like those two are supposed to be together. And it's just kind of strange. But, I mean, it's really good dialogue. So, yeah, like, I had Long Q and Cherche get married, and they had a kid. I forget who the kid was, though.
You do the relationship shit with the kid, too, and, the dialogue of that is usually pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always a relationship dialogue with the kids and their parents. But, can you hear my rabbit, like, just sucking on that fucking water, dude?
Yeah.
It's fucking
going
crazy.
at it.
It's fucking crazy. Stop it. He's, like, chomping at the bit, man. I'm about to just move this case across the damn room so he stops doing that shit.
Insulate it.
Right. But yeah, you can do all that shit, and whenever you hit S rank, that's when they get married, and you'll get that paralog that'll automatically pop up, so you can do that shit. And the thing is, with that, whenever they get that S rank with somebody, if you pair them up with that person in battle, they get massive fucking boosts to their stats. So, it's extremely hard to kill people when they're paired up like that.
I think it depends on the class they are, what it gives you. Like, I'm pretty sure Robin has the best boosts when he's a tactician and a grandmaster.
See, it didn't matter as long as they were S ranked on mine. Whenever I went into battle, every time it would start up, it would be like plus 20, plus 15, plus 20, plus 20, or some shit like that. Like, it'll have 4 stat boosts right before the attack. That's why...
Okay, that might just be the relationship thing.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's all coming from that relationship. So like, anytime, like, the back half of the game, anybody who was an S rank, I paired them up, and they were practically, like, undefeatable, unless I pulled out somebody who flew, because magic and bows kill those people very easily.
Oh, yeah.
So I always just flip-flopped them to the one who is just not flying, and it would be fine, usually. But, after that happens with the Exalt, like, them having her walk to her death out on this giant rock and fall and die and shit, you go after the Mad King. I think that was his name, right? The Mad King? Or some shit?
That was, I think, the name of the level.
Oh, okay. Well, you go after that dude, you fucking kill him, and then, oh, peace is here for 2 years, and then randomly on boats come a new enemy, and you go fight those fucking people, and you meet more people, and the game just goes on like that until it gets to a point where you find out the first thing you do in the game is basically the last level of the game. It's one of those things, like a Final Fantasy X-esque-ish kind of deal. Like, you start the game, fucking, at the end of the game, and everything else is just like past things that happen. And, you go in there, and you kill
I think what it is that, there's like a time loop, and the way that you play it the first way, at the beginning of the game, is how it ended badly, and then your Robin gets sent back in time and starts to loop over again when they lose their memories.
It might be. It definitely could be. It's just weird because whenever you get to the end of the game, and that's that same dude that you fought at the very beginning, he has like a clone of you that's evil, and that is the final fight. Is you're on the back of this giant dragon, which is kind of the whole premise of the game. Is this dragon is going to come back and fucking destroy everything. So the final match of the game is you're on the back of this giant dragon, and at the very tip of it, which you can run to in 2 turns, by the way, you go to fight this evil version of Robin. And this avatar shows up halfway through the fight, aka right after the first turn or second turn or whatever have you. I got there in 2 turns. And she's like, keep in mind, hear me clearly, if Crom lands the final blow, the dragon will be sealed away for 500 more years, and everything will be prosperous until then, or some shit. But if Robin lands the final blow, Robin will die along with killing the dragon forever. And the evil person at the tip of the dragon is Evil Robin looking dude. I don't know if he's like magically mind controlled. That's what it seems like as you go in farther towards the end of the game.
Well, I think he's like the dragon. Like the actual dragon. And you're like the other half of the dragon. It's not like fully corrupted by its like evil intentions to destroy the world.
Well, you're like riding on the back of the dragon when this goes on. So how would that make him the dragon?
He's like the avatar of it. Like you're the avatar of your character is the avatar of you.
Okay. Well, I accidentally skipped my cutscene because I was getting ready to go to work, and I accidentally clicked the skip button. But what I did was Crom went up there and killed him, and then it's like, have Crom land the final blow, and I said no, because I was going to hurry up and just have Robin run in there and do a final blow. I just figured that's how it would be. Well, it's not. If you hit no, the avatar kills him, according to the internet. Robin lives, the dragon is sealed away, and Crom lives, obviously, and they all live happily ever after. What ending did you go with?
I did the one where Robin doesn't.
Okay, so how did your ending cinematic go? Your ending.
It was like Robin, like, and Chrome were standing there and had that question, and I did the final blow, and Crom's like, okay, let me do it, Robin. And then you're like, no, and you like go up in front of the avatar of the dragon. You like make this like black orb, and then you shoot it at him, and it goes, ah, and dies.
Does Robin also
die?
The
dragon like thrashes around. Yeah.
Now, see, what I read on the internet about that was Robin comes back anyway.
Nah, there's like an ends, like, it has a little paragraph about what everybody does after the battle. And, mine said Robin, like, was a great person and legend, but nobody really knew him except for the few that survived or whatever.
But it was just you two, so nobody. It was just you two.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well, I had to go through. Like, nobody died except unless they got summoned in battle, and I couldn't get them away from the enemies fast enough. So it was just Crom and Robin kicking ass. I ended being Crom being a paladin and Robin being a berserker.
Robin was a berserker.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I was male in that one. So
nice. I formed multiple marriages. I had Cherche and Lon'Q. Man, so they have these sparkly tiles in the middle of the battlefields that if you land on them, they'll give you like unique character dialogue.
Yeah, I told him about that.
What is it?
I told him about that.
Oh, okay. Well, like the unique one with those two, I had them paired up and they land on the fucking twinkly tile. And Lon'Q's just like, I love you, Cherche. Don't make me say it twice. And she responds with, yes, say it twice. Say it again. It's like, or some shit like that. Like, it's just goofy ass dialogue and it's fun. I had, okay, eventually Crom, no matter what, has a relationship with somebody. I never formed a full relationship with anybody, so it gave me one by default, and it gave me Sully, which is like this. She's not a man woman, she's just like this armored chick on horseback with spiky hair that just does not look like she belongs with him at all. But that's who I got. I imagine.
Yeah, I was doing another playthrough, and it paired my Robin with Chrome. For some reason.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, is that what ended up happening with you?
Yeah, so I kind of stopped playing that playthrough. Especially after... it's like I figured it out like right before what happened. And then like, I think there might be a way to build your relationships in battle, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. And I wanted to get Chrome with Olivia. And Olivia, you get like right at the last the battle where it determines who Crom marries. So you gotta either have like nobody has a relationship with Crom, it has to be that there's like nobody else with him. So then she's by default there if you build a relationship with her, or there has to be a way to build your relationship in the middle of battle.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the only way to do shit in the middle of battle is just pairing them up or putting them adjacent to each other to fight in, or landing on those twinkly things together, which is, again, pairing up. But
yeah, but I mean, like, where you build the relationship through battle, but I mean where they change from C to B and B to A and whatnot.
Oh, I think you just have to talk to him in that support tab. That's how I advanced every one of my people. It would be like, oh, well, you guys want to talk now. It's like, okay, click, talk, and it'd be like,
you can do that in the middle of battle?
No, not, okay, yeah, no, not in the middle of battle. Okay, I misunderstood what you were saying. But yeah, I had those two, and then Sully and Chrome, and then I had Frederick and Cordelia, which is hilarious because the final thing between them is their whole relationship is Cordelia is trying to find out about Frederick's love life, and he never says anything, and then he makes fun of her for whenever she takes him out to, like, have lunch and talk about that kind of shit. And he's like, look, let me tell you exactly what you did. You talked about Crom the whole time, then ate all my sandwiches, and then ran away with the picnic basket. And the ending, like the S rank, whenever you actually get them together, it's like, well, you always talk about Crom, but I'm in love with you. And she's like, oh, really? Well, I know he'll never love me. So, if you can make me the happiest girl in the world, I'll marry you. And he's like, yeah, here's a ring. Like, it's just an extremely awkward thing that just Probably shouldn't happen.
Now, who'd you say that was?
Cordelia and Frederick. The Pegasus Knight girl and Frederick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The redheaded one?
Yeah, the awkward fucking chick who's like kind of a pussy, but kind of not.
Yeah, she starts out with that steel lance, so she's better than everybody else.
I mean, I guess. Like, whenever... Because I kept on restarting matches every time I lost somebody, because I didn't know, like, how far I could make it in this game with permadeath. And I knew I had to beat the game, so I would restart it. But she would die all the time when I first got her. Like, bows, magic, fucking... Holy shit.
Pegasus are hard to deal with until you get them up good. Whenever I did my other playthrough, I got my main character to be a Pegasus Knight because they were female. And they kicked ass. Nice. I don't know if it was because of the high skill, so they had high evasion, or what.
Probably the evasion thing. Because, like, by the end of the game, the mage people couldn't even touch my characters. Like, every time they would try to cast a spell, it just would not hit. Every fucking time, without a doubt. Just did not worry about it whenever I saw that a mage was attacking somebody. I was like, okay.
Oh, you should have seen how the last level looked for me and my two characters.
Pretty bad, just getting surrounded.
It's just giant horde and me standing next to the boss attacking it.
Yeah, the thing with the game is, did you explain, like, so you can pop up a grid on the board to show safe spaces where nobody could move and actually attack you? That's like...
I didn't explain it, man.
Oh, okay. So you can hit a button and it'll show the grid on the board where nobody can attack you, and they're called safe spaces. So you go there and nobody gets you. So the final battle, that is the one thing in this game that I never utilize. It is the most important thing in the final battle. You pop that thing on, run to the center as deep as you can, and then next turn happens, everybody moves towards you. Once it's your turn again, you just go forward and attack the boss. And the game is done. Like, it is that. That's like,
knights and generals and Pegasus Knight, flyers. I always, mark for the generals and knights, I'll mark the spellcasters. And for the flyers, I'll mark the, arrows people. So I can make sure that they're not within range, but they can still attack.
I don't even know how to mark people, bro.
You just go on them, press A or whatever.
Oh, alright. It's like that, like, you'll learn abilities as you go through each class, and, like, there was all these different kind of rally abilities. Never used them once. Found out, if you used a rally, you could, like, give a 4 times boost to people's strength.
Yeah,
crazy shit.
Speed and or movement, and the ones I had were like spectrum, movement, and what's the other one? Strength.
Yeah, it would have been very useful to know that shit right at the beginning, because I would have just launched the fucking rally like right at the beginning, because the back, like, I don't know, 7 fucking fights, you all start clumped together pretty much. So you could have just did that and it would have been totally fine.
That's usually my strategy, is to make what I would call a meatball and move it down the map, and with the healers on the inside and Pegasus Knights on the outside, swooping in when they can, then swooping out.
Yeah, Lisa was my girl, man. She just saved everybody. Oh, yeah. My healer.
But, yeah, healers are really nice in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Like, for once I actually felt good using a healer class and not just banging a fucking hammer on somebody's head. Just, like, madly utilized her. But yeah.
Yeah, you didn't like Mike or whatever, did you? What was he called?
Did you say Vike?
Yeah, what are you? Yeah.
Oh, and Path of Radiance?
No, where is it? There he is. Or Vaike.
Oh, fuck that dude. He's slow and he
Yeah.
has an axe and he was shitty, like, constantly. From the time
He's
I
a
got him.
fighter.
I hate
They
it.
have lots of health.
Donnie fucking died and he was a fighter. After I did all that work leveling him up. I just let him die, dude. I think it was like 20, was it chapter 20 or chapter 21? And I was just like, you know what? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I can't do anything with you at this point in the game.
I think I always made him a mercenary and then a knight, or a hero.
Nice. I didn't know you could turn other people into heroes. I thought only specific people got the hero class.
Nah, well, yeah, if you have access to the mercenary class, you have access to the hero class, I think.
Yeah, there are a shit ton of classes in this game. There's probably like, what, 15, 20 of them?
There's a good amount.
Yeah.
Because there's, each class, each base class can evolve into another, two other classes. They're usually like if you have a sword or some shit, it'll be like, oh, this character will have a sword and an axe, or this character will have a bow and a sword, or some shit like that. Or like, was a sword and staff was the trickster class, which I like that class a lot.
Bro, there are 43 playable classes in this game.
Nice.
That's insane. I'm not going to list them all. But I will just say this. I feel like archers and assassins are completely useless.
Assassins are awesome.
Dude,
that's
Morgan,
what I was for half the game with Robin in my Robin Chrome playthrough.
Really? Because, like, I made Morgan an assassin, and she was not safe on her end.
Did you get lethality?
I have no idea. I just raised her up to level 10 and then changed her. Like you told me to.
Okay. Yeah, there's a talent called lethality, and you have, what is it? I'll have to check. But you have a certain percentage based off of one of your stats. Percent chance to, it's skill stat divided by 4. You have that percentage of chance to score an insta-kill.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you gotta just break the system then.
And it doesn't work on the last boss.
Okay. Yeah, so the thing also, I don't understand how the math works in this game a lot either, because I would run up and attack people, like paired up with, and it would, you know how it shows how much damage it's gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, it would be like, it would leave out like 5, 10 HP, but then I would still attack them anyway just to get them. And after a while, I realized that doesn't even matter, and I would just do it, and they would just die instantly. Like if
probably from a talent or some shit.
Oh no, it was like instant, dude.
Exactly what it is.
It was crazy.
Or if they have crits would be like, or way more. So I don't know what that would be.
Well, unless I'm critting every time, because I didn't miss a beat, man.
Crit is obvious. When you crit, you do 3 times damage.
Oh, okay. I mainly skipped those scenes after a while of like the fight, so I just saw them die instantly. And I got most of my kills throughout the game on defense. Like, people would just attack me and drop like flies, and I would just not take any damage. It was
well, with my 2 characters, it was kind of inherently going to be that way.
Oh, well, that's fucking sweet. I kind of want to try that, but you know how I am about replaying games.
It's not really that exciting.
I know, but it was always just like joyful to just, oh, all these people are gonna just fall onto me? Alright, that's fine. And then I just sit there like 4 deaths later, I'm just like, yep, still standing here, not damaged at all.
Yeah.
And that was like
on the normal difficulty, there's like a few ways to cheese the game. Like, I didn't think just doing 2 characters was going to be a cheese, but it was. And then, there's these things called reeking boxes, and you can buy those and go to where the first level is, and just spawn first level mobs, and then train all your guys on them and get like everything you want from like level 3, I think it is.
Yeah, and that brings up a new little segment I'd like to start adding to the show. How we always talk about broken games and fucked up games and shit. Well, I'd like to call this segment, Is It Broken? Is this game broken? Good or bad?
Normal difficulty definitely is.
On normal difficulty?
Yeah.
In a good or bad way?
In a
cheesy way?
Try, you can make it really easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Being broken isn't always a bad thing. So, I mean, unless you're looking for a challenge, you know.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like you were saying before, Starfield broken.
That's not it. It's not all glitchy and shit. No.
Yeah.
Everything works pretty proper. They took a lot of time to write in characters' dialogue. Like, there's like so many interactions with every character. Some of them, of course, are lackluster because there's like hundreds of them, but a lot of them are pretty good and funny.
Yeah. The funny ones are, so after you beat the game, like Mike said before, you get these paragraphs for each character that you have, and it says like what they did after the thing. And if you have like people married and they survive or whatever, like Frederick and Cordelia, it was like, oh, Frederick was busy training troops, however Cordelia didn't have much luck bossing people around and had a hard time dealing with it. And then like Cherche and Long Q went and did some shit I don't remember, but then it's like Cherche knitted tons of sweaters for everybody and caps, and even made a cap for her dragon, of course, because her dragon is like her best friend. Because she's a wyvern rider, right? Yeah, and if somebody dies, it'll be like retired or died on this battlefield or blah 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 blah. Yeah, pretty. You can tell a lot of soul went into this game because. But I wonder if it was just them being creative or them thinking, "Fuck, this might be our last game." You know what I mean? Because like that's a lot of work to put into a franchise. Like even they were saying didn't sell that well, but it's still a beloved franchise. So like, were they just sitting there like, hey, let's go out with a fucking bang?
Well, you should try to make whatever you make as good as you can.
I know, but like, come on, man. We've played so many games, and very little have put that much heart and soul into something like this.
Oh yeah, like AAA games are usually just like factory made.
Yeah, they're like, we know our product, we know our audience. All we got to do is put something pretty decent out, and people will buy it. Which is fine. That's fine and dandy. But these special little games like this, they're one in every probably 30, 40 games. You know?
Yeah.
I think
it's hard to compare to a game put this much time and thought into it.
Right, and again, it's intelligent systems. They make great fucking games. So, I mean, Paper Mario Color Splash is kind of hated on super hard. But that was on the Wii U. So, I mean, nobody's gonna see it, right? Nobody's gonna see it. I'm gonna see it whenever I play it at some point, because it's a Paper Mario game, and I want to try it.
I was so disappointed they put Pikmin 3 on there.
Well, I mean,
Pikmin 3 forever.
It did get to go to the Switch, like most Wii U AAA title games, which is funny because, like, there has been so many ports to the Switch from the Wii U, like Donkey Kong, Jungle Freeze, Pikmin 3, Zelda Breath of the Wild was originally supposed to be a Wii U game. And then they made it the flagship title for the Switch and said, "Oh no, but it'll also be on the Wii U for you people that bought the Wii U." Just saying. And you can tell that with the Sheikah Slate in the game. It's like that's definitely a Wii U gamepad. That's what that's supposed to be.
I always thought it was weird Link had a tablet.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell what it's supposed to, like, signify. But
I just thought it was a tablet. I didn't even think Wii U.
it essentially is a tablet. Like, it's supposed to signify your controller for the Wii U, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, like, it goes hand in hand. It's like, I've heard people say before, Pokemon Snap, like, they totally missed the boat on the Wii U with that one because, or like, even a mobile game. No, it was a mobile thing. I've heard people say that, like, Pokemon Snap on mobile would be perfect because of the way that Pokemon Go does it, that you could just, like, look through this AI generated world and, like, snap pictures of Pokemon. It's like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. Probably should have done that instead of Go, I guess.
I mean, I like Go, but I think Snap would have been way more fun. Like, 100%.
Yeah.
But
would have made more sense.
You got anything else to add to the episode?
Not really.
Alright then. Next time.
I'll pester the shit out of me.
Yeah, I've been dealing with animals. My rabbit and my dogs. And a power outage. And a fucking microphone. Alright, next time we'll be on here watching Solo Leveling, or doing an episode on Solo Leveling, and after that will be Dragon Quest 8. If we need an extension, we will let you know next episode. Because apparently that's supposed to be a really long game. So.
Yeah, we're gonna do a movie or something.
Yeah, we've been talking about...
I was talking anime movie when I first hatched this idea. I didn't mean just random movie.
Oh, okay. I just figured the D&D movie, because that's what we were all talking about, was watching the D&D movie and then doing a review on it, since we're all into D&D and play it and shit. But we'll let you guys know next episode. Thanks for listening.
Adios.